All right, let's roll through some questions. We did get some questions coming in. The first one, this is, I didn't write down who this one was from, but the question was, once realignment changes, the ones that have already been made, officially go through, meaning Texas and Oklahoma going to the SEC, Houston, UCF, BYU, and Cincinnati going to the Big 12, and UCLA and USC going to the Big 10, which conference is going to be the best basketball conference in college basketball? Tio, I'm going to you first.
The toughest to win games in is going to be the Big 12. The most talented would arguably be the SEC. Because I thought about this. If you look at Texas, Oklahoma, they have top-end talent. Now, Porter Moser's taking a minute, but he's going to get there. Texas always gets these five-star recruits and these highly rated transfers. They're going to be good. I'm not sure they're going to win the SEC ever, but it's going to be a really good league. But that Big 12, man, if you look at that roster up and down, Kansas, Iowa State, Oklahoma State, now you add Cincinnati, and Wes is starting to get things done. You add a BYU team that's underrated, that gets a bunch of dudes out on the West Coast. You look at all these different teams. Central Florida is a sleeping giant. It's the biggest enrollment in the state of Florida. People don't realize that. That is a sleeping giant. It is a commuter school, sure. It's starting to change a little bit. They're starting to put more dorms on campus. That's a sleeping giant. And lest I forget, Houston with the Fertitta money and the Sampsons running the ship. That's a big-time program too. The Big 12 is going to be a bear when realignment hits.
Think about it like this. Houston, Baylor, and Kansas, the way things are currently going, could all enter every single season based like, yeah, there's a real shot that they could each get a 1 seed, right? And then go and look at it. To put the Big 12 in perspective, let's tie a bow on this, Phantom. Do you know who finished in last place in the Big 12 last year? Last place.
Lay it on me.
West Virginia and Bob Huggins. You know who made it into the Hall of Fame last year, the year that he finished in last place.
Mr. Huggins.
In the Big 12. Huggy Bear. Iowa State finished tied for 7th in the Big 12. They were the 8th seed in the Big 12 tournament. I'm sorry, they were the 7th seed in the Big 12 tournament. They finished behind Oklahoma State. They should have been the 8th seed if Oklahoma State was eligible. Iowa State made it to the Sweet 16. That league is a fucking buzzsaw. It's insane.
Yeah.
The Big 12.
Brutal.
The Big 12 is already college basketball's best conference and has been the last couple of years. And, if you want to make the counter argument that everybody always makes, well, what did they do in March? I'm sorry. They have accounted for the last 2 national champions. And in 2019, Texas Tech made the final. So
Can I add to that, in 2020, Baylor and Kansas both would have been 1 seeds, and Kansas was the overwhelming favorite to win the national title. And do you know who lost in the 2018 national title game? Who lost?
Yep. Well, in the 2018 national championship game, Kansas lost. So
wait, no, they lost.
Kansas lost in the Final Four to Villanova, and then Michigan lost. Kansas got to the Final Four.
There you go.
Kansas lost to maybe one of the great college basketball teams ever in Villanova. The point is, the Big 12 has had.
The point is, shut the fuck up, Rob. Get your facts straight.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. No, you're fine. The Big 12 has had a team in the Final Four in every year since 2016, because Oklahoma made it in 2016 with Buddy Hield. The Big 12 has dominated college basketball. And they've done it in March. They've done it when it matters most. That league is the toughest. That league is loaded with talent. And you're going to add big-time programs. Houston, it seems like it's just a matter of time until they're in a national final. They might be in the national championship game this upcoming year. In fact, if you ask me today, who are the 2 teams that I could see meeting for a title, I'll stay committed. I'll say I think Houston could end up meeting Kentucky or Gonzaga for all the marbles in college basketball.
All the marbles.
We're dropping our merch. We got to start calling Underwood Daddy Brad. But I'm a big pod guy.
Breaking news. The Field of 68 has an online store, and it's your one-stop shop for the latest and greatest merch in college basketball and college football. You can find shirts to support your favorite team, make fun of your rival team, or boast Field of 68 catchphrases like Daddy Brad, Cussin' and Discussin', and the Star Heels. Go to www.fieldof68.shop today and enter promo code TOUCHDOWN for 20% off at checkout.
So to me, guys, think about this. The Big 12 already owns Monday nights in college hoops, and on Saturdays they're featured in the biggest of games. Like when Kansas is facing Texas Tech, how big of a game that is. How about the fact now that you're going to have other matchups in this conference? What's going to happen, guys, when Kansas heads to Provo for the first time and faces BYU? You want to talk about an unbelievable atmosphere. And Cincinnati, you called UCF a sleeping giant. I think Cincinnati is a sleeping giant. That program has had a couple of down years for a variety of reasons. Guys, that fan base, the support that they have, what they just did in college football only helps them monetarily. Cincinnati is going to be back in basketball. Wes Miller's got them on the right track. They're just getting started. You already were the best conference in college basketball, and you are adding really valuable programs. You might say that in football, there's some hurt because they lose Texas and Oklahoma. But to me, in all this realignment, and I'm not like UCLA, USC, I don't love it for them in basketball. I just don't love it in that particular sport. I think it benefits Big Ten football more than it does basketball. It's just my opinion. In the Big 12, though, I don't think anybody benefited more by this alignment than the Big 12. Because like you said, Tio, you said that you couldn't see Texas ever winning the SEC. Well, my counterpoint is I could see one of these schools, if they take off to the moon, threatening in the Big 12. And when you add assets to your league, you want those assets to be national championship contenders. And the fact is that these programs that they're adding at their best can be on that pedestal.
Yep, I agree. And to your point about BYU, they play in what is essentially an NBA arena and put 20,000 people in the stands for home games in the WCC. What do you think they're going to do when they have Kansas or Baylor or Houston or Texas Tech or any of these other programs coming to town? All right. Quick question.
Who's going to have more fans attend games in the Big Ten? Northwestern or UCLA?
No.
UCLA.
No shot.
It might be Northwestern. Nobody goes to UCLA games.
That's bad.
Have you seen some of these pictures coming out about their football games at the Rose Bowl?
Nobody
goes.
3,000.
Oh, were you saying football games, or I thought you meant basketball?
I'm saying everything.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Pauley, when Ohio State comes in and when Michigan State comes in, come on, Pauley Pavilion's not going to have a crowd.
Now, if the Lakers are playing the Celtics, they're not going to. Mm-hmm. Or if the Rams are playing anybody, they're not going to.
It's bad.
Or if the Dodgers are good, they're not going. Like, well, the Dodgers not basketball season, but you get what I'm saying.
The USC crowd Saturday, that was bad, man. Against South Alabama, that's bad.
Yep. All right. This question comes. What's going on, guys? Rob Doster here, the founder of the Field of 68 and the Field of 12 Media Networks. I wanted to take a quick minute to let you guys know about an exciting new project that we have been working on for the last 3 months. The Almanac, an all-encompassing preview of the 2022-23 college basketball season. We spoke with every single Division I head coach to give you a robust and accurate preview for all 363 Division I college basketball teams. We have predictions for conference finishes for all 32 leagues. We have features on the best freshmen, the best big men, the breakout stars, the coaches on the hot seat, so much more. It is 600,000 words of sheer happiness for the college basketball fan in your life. The Almanac is going to be available for digital purchase on September 26th for just $19.99, but you can pre-order it today using the promo code HOOPS and save 20%. Just hit the link in the description below.